Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful story, a little fable from a small village that asks a massive question. What is it that truly gives a place its value?
I mean, think about it. Is it just about how a place looks, or what you can do there, or is it something else entirely, something a bit deeper? We're going to explore all that through this simple but profound story about a bench, a young boy, and this kind of invisible ingredient that really makes a community, well, a community.
All right, so let's set the scene. Picture this, a small, quiet village. And right in the heart of it, under the cool shade of this massive banyan tree, there's a bench. A simple, beautiful public bench.
But, this wasn't just a piece of wood to sit on. No way. This bench was everything. It was like the village's communal living room. It was the kids' playground. It was where all the important conversations happened. It was quite literally the heartbeat of the entire community.
And I mean everyone gathered here. You had kids just laughing and playing their games, the elders sitting back sharing stories and wisdom. Even travelers passing through knew that this was a spot where they could just catch their breath and feel welcome. It was this perfect symbol of their life together. So you have this perfect, harmonious scene, right? Well, as you might have guessed, that's all about to change. And the reason for this disruption, it all comes down to one person, a young boy named Ravi. Now, Ravi was talented, for sure, but he was also, well, he was incredibly arrogant.
So Ravi would show up at this bench every single day, but he wasn't there for the same reasons as everyone else. He wasn't there to connect or to be part of the community. Nope. He was there to basically hold court, to sit there and pass judgment on everybody. And this is where you really see two completely different realities playing out in the exact same spot. For Ravi, that bench was his stage. It was a place to puff out his chest and show off. But for everyone else, his nonstop taunts and mockery, it turned their favorite place in the whole village into somewhere they felt uncomfortable. You could just feel the joy starting to drain away.
Now, this kind of thing doesn't go unnoticed for long. An old man in the village had been watching Ravi, just quietly observing his behavior day after day. And one evening, he decided, you know what? It's time to say something.
But what's so brilliant is how he did it. He didn't come in hot, angry or yelling. Not at all. He just walked over to Ravi and asked a simple, honest question. He just wanted to understand. He said, "Why do you sit here every day?" And Ravi, of course, his answer was fast and just dripping with that pride we've been talking about. He's like, "Because it's the best place in the village." He was only seeing the surface stuff, the nice shade, the good location. He was just completely missing the real reason it was special. And here it is. This is the absolute core of the whole story. The old man just kind of smiles gently and lays it all out. He explains that without respect, a place, it just loses its value. This bench isn't special because of the wood or the shade. It's special because of the people and because everyone there is respected. It's like this invisible glue holding it all together. So the old man's words just kind of hang there in the air. And you get the feeling Ravi didn't really get it. Not right away. But, oh, he was about to learn that lesson in a very, very powerful way. Because the very next day, Ravi shows up to the bench and sees nothing. A big fat zero. No kids, no elders, the laughter, the chatter, the life. It was just gone. All that was left was an empty bench and silence. And in that silence, which must have been just deafening, it finally hit him. It all clicked into place. The people didn't leave the bench. They left him. They left the disrespect that he brought to that space every single day. He realized his pride, his own words, had cost everyone their favorite spot. That painful quiet, that was the wake-up call Ravi desperately needed. He realized the emptiness wasn't just the space around the bench. He felt it inside, too. And he knew he was the cause, so he had to be the solution. So, completely humbled, he did the hard thing. He went and found the very people he'd made fun of. He went to the elders, he went to the kids, and he gave them a real, sincere apology. No excuses, no buts, just, "I'm sorry." He finally got it. To fix the community, he had to fix himself first. So, what happens next? What happens when you put respect back into the equation? When an apology isn't just a word, but an action? Well, exactly what you'd hope. The community, it started to heal.
Now, it didn't happen overnight, right? Trust isn't like a light switch. It had to be earned back. So on day 3, maybe a few kids came back, kind of cautiously playing nearby. Then after a week, the elders started to feel comfortable enough to sit on the bench again. And then, before you know it, after about 2 weeks, the place was buzzing again. The laughter was back, the stories were flowing, the bench was alive. And just like that, the bench became golden again. And that's really the key takeaway here, this idea of a golden bench. It's got nothing to do with actual gold. A golden bench is any place, could be your office, your kitchen table, anywhere, that becomes priceless, not because of what it's made of, but because of the mutual respect that people share there. So, Ravi's whole journey basically shows us this really simple but super powerful recipe for a healthy community. It's a 3-step process, really. Step 1, you offer respect. You give it first. Step 2, that allows you to earn respect back. And step 3, that combination is what builds real peace and friendship.
And that really leaves us with something to think about, right? This whole story, it's not really about a bench in some faraway village. It's about us. It's about our workplaces, our homes, the groups we're in online. Every single one of those places can be a golden bench. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, what's the golden bench in my life? And what am I personally